Happy day, children. Good morning. Today we are going to see about Class 6 Science. The name of the lesson is Chapter 1 Biology. Food, where does it come from? Today we are going to see about the topics: what is food, food variety, ingredients, sources of food, plant parts and animal products, and animal eating habits. Based on this, animals are categorized as herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. What is food? Actually, the fuel that our body needs to keep it working is called food. Our body must be supplied with right amounts of the right chemicals in food so that our body can work properly. So these chemicals in food that our body needs for day-to-day activities, that we call it as nutrients. So nutrient substances that people or animal eat or drink that plant absorb in order to maintain life and growth. So the component that we consume which provides nourishment to the body is called food. So for example, you can take rice, chapati, any vegetable curry, fruits, vegetables, etc. What are the uses or functions of food in our body? Food provides energy for various activities, and it also helps us to grow and replace worn out cells. And it's also helpful for growth and maintain the body function and protects the body from various diseases and keeps it fit and healthy for wound healing and for good health, etc. So you can see this is a bowl full of rice. It's a simple food item. It requires two materials to prepare this bowl full of rice. What is that? Raw rice plus water. So when you see the component or materials required to prepare a food item are called ingredients. So to prepare a bowl full of rice, we require two ingredients. What are they? Raw rice and water. So the components or materials required to prepare a food item are called ingredients. The ingredients may be differ for different types of food items. For example, there may be different ingredients used for making sambar. And also there is a lot of food variation in different parts of India. So the food culture in different regions of our country is different. Because why? The soil and climate of a place determine the crops, vegetables and fruits. So the people in different regions of our country use different methods to cook. Next we will see where we are getting this food. That is what we call it as food sources. Okay, the ingredients of a food item can be obtained from either plants or animals. So they are called plant products and animal products. For example, we can say we get rice grains from rice plants, and chicken is also an animal source of food. So plant source. So food materials can be classified based on the sources from which they are obtained. For example, plant, parts and animal products. So plants are sources of food like cereals, pulses, fruits and vegetables. Animals provides milk products, egg, meat, etc. So you can see the plant parts and animal products as food. Plant products, cereals, pulses, vegetables, fruits, and animal products, milk, meat, egg, honey, etc. So this is the part of a plant. We can see the different parts of a plant. For example, flower, leaf, fruit, stem, root, etc. So what are the different plant parts as food we can get? Roots, for example, carrot, radish, stem, celery, leaves, lettuce, fruits, tomatoes, apple, cucumber, seeds, peas, peanuts. So what is the plant products? The food product that we get from plants are called the plant products. So most of the parts of plants such as leaves, flowers, roots, stem are edible. What do you mean by this edible? The edible are nothing but the eatable part. Edible are nothing but the eatable parts of a plant. Here we can see some examples. Root, carrot, beetroot, radish, turnip. Leaves, spinach, cabbage. Fruit, tomato, brinjal. Seeds, peanut, peas. Stem, celery, potato, sugarcane. Flower, cauliflower. Okay. So some plants have two or more edible parts. Edible parts means eatable parts. So seeds of mustard plants gives us oil and the leaves are used as vegetable. Can you think of the different parts of a banana plant that are used as food? Yes, banana leaf, banana stem also, banana fruit. Okay, so some parts have two or more edible parts. So example we studied. So next we will see the pictures of the plant parts we will eat. Next is sprouting of seeds. So sprouts. We all know the sprouting of seeds are rich in vitamin, minerals and proteins. So how the sprouting of seeds can be done? We have to take some dry seeds of moong or chana dal and put a small quantity of this moong or chana dal in a container filled with water and let it be aside for 24 hours to 48 hours. And after that, the next day, you have to drain the water and wrap them with a piece of wet cloth. After some times, you can see the white small structure that have grown out of the seeds. Thus, we can say the seeds are sprouted. A small white color structure have grown out of the seeds. So if so, the seeds are sprouted. If not, wash the seeds in water, drain the water and leave them aside for another day. So after washing these seeds, sprouted seeds, you can eat them. They can also be boiled. If you want, you can add some spices. Okay, and another thing, you all know where this honey comes from, how it is produced. Have you seen a beehive? Why so many bees keep buzzing out? The honey bees collect nectar, that is the sweet juices from flowers, and convert it into honey and store it in their hives. So flowers and their nectar may be available only a part of the year. So bees store this nectar for their use all throughout the year. So honey is from the animal source. Next we will see animals as source. They gives us milk, egg, meat and many other products like ghee, honey, etc. So animals depends on plants for their food. Hence we can tell directly or indirectly plants are the primary producers and primary sources of food. So plants make their own food and are called primary producers. Animals depends on plants and other animals for their food and are called consumers. So the food products that we get from animals are called animal products. So example, milk, butter, chicken, meat, honey, cheese, egg, paneer, etc. So we can see in this picture animal products. Milk is from cow, buffalo, goat. Meat, goat, pig, hen, fish, egg, hen, honey and from honeybee. So what do these animals eat? It's called food habit. The methods of eating or choices of food followed by living organism is called food habit. For example, a rabbit eat grass or plant-based food, and even radish, leaves also it will eat, carrot also a rabbit eat. It's all plant-based food. So based on this, it categorized as herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. Herbivores. Herbivores are plant-eating animals with sharp cutting and flat grinding teeth. So these animals are depend on plants directly. They eat only plants. Example, deer, rabbits, zebra, giraffe are the some of the herbivores animals. Carnivores animals are flesh-eating animals with long, sharp, tearing teeth or beaks. So they feed on herbivorous animals. For example, lion, tiger, cheetah, wolf, etc. The next is omnivore. Omnivore are the animals which derive the nutrients from both plant and the animal products. Example, pear, big,